What's up, everybody? I'm a little bit frazzled right now, a little bit shook up because I'm a little bit angry. And it's not about anybody in Japan. It's actually about some people from another country visiting Japan. I had a run-in with a gaijin today who was super rude. I'm waiting for my train on Hankyu Line coming from Kobe to Osaka. It's already 30 minutes late. I'm pissed off about that. I'm first in line because I've been waiting a long-ass time. The train finally arrives. Since I'm first, I'm going to look for the open seats that are on the train, if there are any, because maybe there aren't. It's going to be super crowded because if a train's late, that means tons of people have been waiting to get on it. Anyway, there is a gap. There's a pretty good sized gap. Some girl's got her dress like loomed out across it on a super packed train. You don't do that. That's super rude in Japan. So I give her, a couple seconds to move it. She moves it. I sit down, and I hear her say, and at first I didn't even realize because I didn't even look her way to see if she was gaijin or whatever. She's like, ew, this guy's gonna sit this close to me? And it's like, yeah, you fucktard. This is how packed the trains are right now because it's rush hour. We're talking 5:30 p.m. in Japan, late train, everything's packed, wall to wall, just totally bottlenecked train. Yeah, that's the way it works here in Japan. It's called 127 million people packed into a country smaller than New Zealand. Okay, so take a look at this. I sit down and she says that, and her boyfriend is like, oh, okay, I'll trade seats with you. And like, I guess maybe they didn't look over to see that I was gaijin too, so maybe they just thought I was Japanese and didn't understand English, their conversation that they're having right next to me. So I go ahead and give them one of these, oh really? Really? Like, I didn't say anything, but I gave them the look like, oh, you're serious, huh? Like, you're gonna just do this right now in front of me and talk about it like I'm in a bubble or something like that and I can't hear you. So I just gave a look like, I mean, they're like here, they're here. It's not like I'm looking back at you, like it's like here, right here. And dude's on his phone like, like he's just totally ignoring like anything just happened. Not giving me any look back, not even acting like they just had that conversation in front of me or talking about anything. So I'm like, oh, really? Okay, oh, okay. I got my cell phone too. So I'm gonna put it out here right in front of me. Maybe you can read it because you're standing right next to me. Because we're too close, right? So I start, wow, you won't believe this asshole gaijin next to me. I actually typed it out on Facebook. You can see the post. I actually typed it out so that he could clearly see what I was typing on my phone. Like, see, look what I'm typing. I don't even have to say it. You're right here looking at it, reading it. I can express myself better in words written here on this little iPod. So anyway, I'm pretty sure he saw it. He still didn't say anything. I'm like, well, here you go. Putting it all online for you. Want me to take a picture too? I'll add that to the post. And still doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything. Not like, oh, okay, sorry, she's a little bit rude or something like that. Number one, I don't want to sit next to your girlfriend. I didn't even give her a fucking look, dude. Number two, I know she's a bitch because I heard her talk, so I definitely don't want to sit next to her now, even if she's the most beautiful thing on earth. I hate bitches. Male or female. So, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and type out this little bit of a post and he can go ahead and see what a rude bastard he is and the fact that I understand the English language because guess what? I'm the only white guy on this train. Surprise, surprise, I know English. Oh, maybe you should have checked who sat next to you before you made that super rude comment. Anyway, I type it out and I can tell he's getting like kind of uncomfortable, like I'm shuffling in my chair and maybe I should say something, but I'm too much of a coward. So finally, he makes a move. This guy makes a move, dude. Their stop comes up. And he gets up, doesn't say anything to me, doesn't face me, doesn't turn to me, flips his bag around like the most awkward way possible, hits me in the face with it, dude. Fucking hits me in the face, man. Hits me in the face with it. This is not an accident. This is not like, oh, oops, sorry about that. Like, you just put your bag on like that. This dude's like, like fucking, it's a bull ass, and he's hitting me in the face with it. And so, for a second, okay, I'll admit, I was a little bit stunned. I was a little bit stunned. I'm not expecting this. I'm thinking, okay, the rudeness is over. It's not going to continue. I can go ahead and let this pass. It can slide. He hits me in the face with it. So I'm like, okay, yeah, hold on, let me take this in. I've taken it in. Bam! Fucking punch that bitch right in the back of his backpack as hard as I fucking can. Like, I mean, we're talking on-pon chi into that shit, man. I fucking got right up off my seat, used that boost from my seat, and just laid into this fucker. Dude flies off the train, stumble off like a drunk salaryman. Doors shut, and I hear him say asshole, so I say get fucked. And we leave each other the, give each other the bird, and the train passes. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? This is the type of person that does not need to come to Japan. If you know who you are, if you happen to watch this video, which I doubt you will because obviously you have researched nothing about Japan, you and your girlfriend are obviously dumb, idiotic shits from whatever country you came from. I don't give a shit where it's from, even if it's my own country. You are idiots. Because if you read anything about Japan before you came here, you would read that a lot of the trains are packed, especially during rush hour, especially in Kobe, in Osaka, and Tokyo, some of the most populated cities in Japan. Idiot. So, obviously you don't really watch much about Japan, learn much about Japan before you come here, so you probably won't see this video. But if perchance you think, maybe I should learn more about this country I obviously know nothing about, I really hope you see this one. And I hope you realize Japan doesn't need people like you. You're the type of gaijin that Japan does not need. Stay in your country. Don't worry about following traditions, learning the language, or learning anything about Japan because it does not need people like you. You need to stay in your country where you and your girlfriend can be rude next to people and the people next to you can be just as rude. Because here in Japan, people don't do that kind of stuff. Maybe once in a great while. But it's an absolute exception. And on top of that, if I see you again around Japan, dude, I'm gonna fucking knock your block off. Alright? We'll settle it man to man. If you find my video, you can contact me on here. I'll meet you anywhere. Anywhere in Osaka. I'm not gonna travel to Tokyo. I'm not gonna fucking travel halfway across Japan to meet you. In your little bit of time left here, if you wanna go ahead and message me and meet up, settle this like a man, and not just, I'm gonna just stay on my iPod and then try to hit him with my backpack and leave. Let's settle it, bro. I'll throw down right here, man. Japan does need gaijin, and they do need some people who have specific sets of skills, people who are willing to assimilate, like keep their own personality intact. There's a way to assimilate into a society, keep your own personality, and not be rude at the same time. It can work, it can gel. Trust me, I've done it. I'm doing okay. I don't run into a lot of rude people here in Japan or people getting pissed off at me here in Japan because I respect them, they respect me. I always imagine that they can understand what I'm saying in English, and I imagine they can understand what I'm saying in Japanese, and vice versa. That's something I do just in case someone could understand what I was saying next to him, because if I was going to sit down next to someone and start talking something really rude, I wouldn't share it out loud. I might think it in my head, big deal, who cares, I've kept it to myself. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it out loud for sure, right? That's the type of person that doesn't need to come to Japan, okay? A person who can't keep their feelings to themselves and is really sensitive about people sitting close to them. Oh no, you precious, I hope everything is okay. I hope you get home okay, because guess what? You're here right now when it's fucking packed and more people are gonna sit next to your pretty little ass, okay? Man, I can't believe it, man. You know, I would expect this maybe from... Now, you know what? I would expect this from anybody. Only the most immature, unlearned, most retarded gaijin ever to come here to Japan would do something like this. And that is definitely the type of guy this guy was. He was probably about, I'd put him like mid-20s. They were both Asian descent, but they spoke perfect English, so people might be like, well, maybe they're from Korea, maybe they're from China. Well, they spoke super perfect English, and they spoke English to each other, and this isn't the Fast and the Furious, you know, Asian people don't speak English to each other when the white man leaves, okay? They're definitely from some English-speaking country. That's all I can tell you. So, if you hear any people posting about their trip here and what a rude guy they met on the train or something like that, or how their girlfriend was horrified by the dude who sat next to her looking at his iPod, not paying attention to her dumb bitch ass, that's me, and you can go ahead and send him a nice message courtesy of me, or you can put him in contact with me and we can settle this thing like men. I'd be happy to do that. I mean, I'm not going to travel halfway across Japan to like Tokyo or something on the Shinkansen, but if you want to settle here in Osaka, I'm up for that too. Anyway, I just had to share that story with you. People always ask me like, what should I not do in Japan and stuff like that. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. That's my main advice. Don't be like this guy. Don't talk like everyone next to you can't understand English, because guess what? Some of us can. Oh, perhaps native English speakers can. Take a look at who's next to you, and don't be so fucking rude, and don't be surprised if someone wants to share the seat next to you on a train that's totally packed after it's 30 minutes late. That's enough venting for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and record the JFAQ for Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off right here. I'm Unrested, this is JFAQ, I'll see you next time.